Hey everybody, well, it's another week and it's another day for us to draw together. Now, just like the rest of you, I'm stuck here at home and I was thinking about this. It's the time to end procrastination. You have nothing else to do, right? Now is the time for you to write that book or make that comic or fix that leaky sink. When I was in school, my teachers told me, Kyle, your procrastination is going to get you nowhere. And I told them, just you wait. Alrighty, well, time for us to do some drawing. So why don't we get right to it? You're going to need to get a pencil, pen, marker, crayon, or a toothpick that you can dip in some barbecue sauce so you can draw along with me. All you need is a piece of paper and a writing utensil, and we'll be good to go. Now, with these drawings, it's always the same thing. All you have to do is be able to draw a straight line, like so, okay? Or a nice curvilinear line, like so. Could be a C curve in this direction, that direction, this direction, an S curve, okay? Sometimes we do some zigzags, all right? And sometimes we back them up, like that. So I know all of you can do that. Why don't we get right down to it? Now this is the step-by-step portion of the show where you draw it, which means I'll draw a line, you draw a line, and follow right along. Now while you're getting yourself all situated, I'm going to say hello to people in the chat. Alrighty, so we have Rob, oh my goodness, celebrity visit, Robzilla, one of my good friends who I love dearly but never get to see. Rob, I'm glad you're here, and thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, hope you're safe and sound. Rob, by the way, is an amazing illustrator. Please go check out his work. He is the bomb. Chad, Sam, Larry, Wendy, Dawn, Hee Jung, Eve, Chris, and did I miss anybody? I'm sorry if I did. Via, Cornell, Deborah. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. And there's Anna, nice to see you, and Clever as well. Well, why don't we do some drawing together? The time has come to get going. So this is a really fun one today, and it's a simple one. And it's going to start with the letter X. So here we go. Letter X, just like this. Okay? Now, if your X looks a little off, like that, or a little bit like that, don't fret. Doesn't have to be perfect. Look, mine's not perfect. It's just like that, okay? No big whoop. You needn't worry about it. All right, there's my letter X. Now, a lot of times we start these drawings with a letter or with a really simple shape because it's just the easiest thing to get us on the way to success. What you're going to do next is you're going to take this bottom half of the X and you're going to take these lines, you're going to carry them down in the same direction and then just give them a little curve like that. So now they're facing downward. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side, a little symmetry action for you. Okie dokie. All right, look how simple this is. We're already doing, this is maybe an eighth of the drawing if you want to be really precise. Now, I'm going to do a diagonal and a diagonal. So this is one of our famous zigzags. Are you ready? Up we go, and down we go, just like that. Okay, no problem for all of you out there. I know you're experts by now doing these simple shapes, right? Now I'm going to pull these lines down just a hair. So here we go, down and down. And your paper should look similar to mine. It doesn't have to be identical. If the angles are slightly different for your X, if this area is slightly larger, slightly smaller, not a problem, okay? I'm gonna zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. Now I'm gonna carry this line down like this, and then do the same on the other side, okay? And then I'm gonna round it out and connect. Round it out and connect. Any guesses as to what we're drawing? Just go ahead and pop those in the chat, and we'll see how well you're doing with your guesses. All right, now back to the drawing. I'm going to square all of this off. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line straight across like that. Okay. And now for a tiny little zigzag up here. Ready? Zig zag. Everybody with me so far? Okay, good. Now here comes a line that I'm going to draw down. Down we go. And then we're going to do a nice C curve. Here it comes. C curve. Alrighty. So maybe we've figured out what we're drawing here today, but maybe not. All right, now down here, I'm going to draw a nice line from here down to here. I'm going to start about this way. Now watch, I'm going to curve down and stop like so. Bounce over to the other side for some symmetry action. And down we go and stop. Alrighty. And then just a simple line right across like that. Followed by a line straight up the middle. So we go up like this. And then watch this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. See that? 1 and 2 and 3. Alrighty. Now, let's see if anybody knows what we're doing here. Robzilla says cat. You are on the money, my friend. On the money. All right, now, ready for another curvilinear line. We're going to go up and down, up and down. Okay? And then we're just going to put a little box there and a little box there. More like a curved box, I guess. Okay, and then a simple line up here and out. Watch. Up we go and out. There's our cat's tail. So that's just a nice long C curve. All right, now we know it can't be a cat without some whiskers. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you'll notice that this cat has its head facing upwards. Why is that? Well, here you go. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to draw a little diagonal line here. And then I'm going to go curve it like so, and curve it like so. Okay? And now a nice big loop, followed by a smaller loop, and then another one, and another one. And what do you suppose that is, friends? A little butterfly up there. And just like some of my favorite comics artists from France and Belgium and a lot of Western Europe, they would do this line of action with a little loop, like so. I always admired that simplicity there, but very effective way of showing something flitting through the air. All right, now, what can you do to make this drawing your own? That's the question. You can place this cat in any kind of outdoor environment, or maybe even an indoor environment if a butterfly got inside. And one thing you can do is, of course, add some grass, just like that. It's a nice way to give us a little bit of context, right? You may want to do something in the background, like a little log cabin, for example. Or maybe there's just a little tree stump here, right? A little tree stump. Who knows? Up to you. Make it your own, okay? But there are lots of things that you can do to make this drawing customized. You can color it, you can redraw it and change the shape of the cat. You know, if you wanted to, you could give it a fluffier tail instead of just a line. That's one option as well. But that concludes the You Draw It portion of the show for today. And I'm just going to slide our kitty over this way, off to the side, because we need to make room for the animal and activity game, where, as you know, you suggest an animal doing something crazy, bizarre, weird, fun, funny, strange, and then I will try and draw it in just a matter of a few minutes. And I will get myself ready now with my light colored blue, because I always sketch in a light blue for this exercise. So there, a nice light color there. and I'm ready to go. So I'll be reading in the chat for your suggestions of an animal and an activity. And gosh, we've done over 45 of these shows already, and every single one of them has been unique and different. And the animal activity game has been a constant presence in this show. And the ideas that you come up with are always very cool, and I always love to see them. All right, so we have a bat playing chess. A bat playing chess. That's a pretty darn good one, isn't it, folks? I like that. All right, that's from Brandon, by the way. Great suggestion, Brandon. A flamingo doing yoga. I love that. I love that. We had a frog doing yoga just 2 weeks ago. That one turned out well. Dalmatian firefighter saving a puppy from a fire. That's a good one. Might be a little too complex for me to complete in about 7 minutes. A walrus ballroom dancing. That's great. I have to look up how to draw a walrus. I love that though, Larry. That's a good one. Austin says, dragon playing tennis. That's a fun one too. A leopard with sheep. Dragon of Komodo. Oh, a Komodo dragon. Okay, I've heard those are pretty scary and dangerous animals. Also known as monitor lizards, I think. Praying mantis making pancakes. That's really funny. Shopping kangaroo. Can I remember what a praying mantis looks like in my mind? I can sort of see it, kind of, sort of. Might have to look that one up. All right, let's see. We have quite a few good suggestions here. I think I'm going to do the... Let's see. It's been a long time since I drew a bat. I wonder if I could trust myself to get that right. A lizard doing gymnastics, a bear quarantining. Holy cow, we have so many ideas here. Peacock ballerina pirouette, a raccoon spy, a fish solving a Rubik's Cube from the very cool and very into fishing Mr. Gus Martin. I like that. Oh my goodness. It's a wealth here, a wealth of choices for me. What do I do? I think I kind of want to do the bat playing chess, but I'm not sure if I trust myself to get that bat quite right in its body, but I could probably make it work. I like that one. The lizard doing gymnastics is pretty cool too. I'm trying to think of the pommel horse maybe, or something like that. Lots of great ones. Larry says he cheated a little. He teaches elementary and middle school art students. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Excellent. All right, well, time is of the essence, folks, and I have to make a decision. So I think I'm narrowing it down to the praying mantis, making pancakes, the bat playing chess, and the lizard doing gymnastics. These are my 3 that I'm thinking about here. If anybody has a preference, shout it out. But, whew. Oh, and I'm still getting good suggestions here. We have a hippo belly dancing, juggling mouse. I think I missed a few as well. These are all great, folks. All right. Let's see. There was also the dragon playing tennis, which I thought was kind of fun. But I think I did an animal playing tennis not too long ago. All right, lizard doing gymnastics. Here we go. Lizard doing gymnastics. All right, folks, wish me luck. Now, let's see. What kind of gymnastics activity should I be having this lizard do? Maybe swinging on those rings, you know? Or maybe trying to do an iron cross, like a super strong lizard. So let's see what I can do with that. So, lizard head. And he's got his tongue out. And he's got that singlet. So it's got the strong lizard arms. He's a gymnast lizard. You don't see those every day. All right, so there's one ring. Ooh, straining. Straining, straining, straining. Poor lizard. All right, let's see if we can get these feet pointed at the bottom. This is called the iron cross, right? Am I getting my terminology right? Any gymnasts out there want to help me with this? I want to make sure I'm getting my terminology right here. There we go. Strongest lizard you ever saw. Well, strongest one I've ever seen anyway. I don't know what kind of lizards you all have seen before. I shouldn't be making assumptions about the lizards in your lives. Okay. Let's do a little foreshortening action here and get that hand pointed towards us to make this a bit more dynamic. There we go. And then have this hand pointed slightly away from us. There we go. There we go. Oof. Can we make this work? All right, pretty happy with that set of shapes there. So we'll knock that back in its opacity. And on top of it, it is time for me to do those confident outlines, right? That is the goal anyway. So let's try for this. Got some straining going on there. Whoa, he's going, ugh, this is tough. It's tough being a lizard gymnast. There we go, happy with that. Gosh, you know, I was studying forearm anatomy just the other day, and I cannot remember for the life of me all the many parts of the forearm. So I'm gonna leave it as is there. That's gonna just be fine. That's the good thing about doing these drawings. I don't have to be perfect with them. But yeah, it reminds me I do need to brush up on forearm anatomy. It's tough stuff, folks. Fake it till you make it, as they say, right? Fake it till you make it. That's the key. And I know just enough to kind of make it look believable. So sometimes that's the best you can do, right? Alrighty. And this hand we need to have coming towards us, so there's our... There we go. How do they grip those rings anyway? I guess they reach through, don't they? So the fingers coming like that and have the ring coming out that way. I think that's how it's supposed to do it. Boy, if only good old Kim Jong-ji were here to sort me out with perspective and anatomy. And around we go for this ring. Whoop. That'll have to do. And up we go with there. Now we gotta throw in that lizard tail. We'll have that curl this way. I like that better than what I did in my sketch. Give them some lizard texture. Show that these are moving. You ever watch those gymnasts do that in the Olympics, and there's always a movement right? To the to those rings. They're wobbling because there's just no way to hold it perfectly still. And there you go, folks. Wow, what an interesting challenge that was. A lizard doing gymnastics, and I'm sure I took it in a direction that maybe wasn't what the person who suggested it would have been envisioning in their minds. But hey, you know what? That's how this show works. You don't always know what you're going to get. But I hope you like it, and I'm happy enough with what it looks like and whatever it took 6 minutes to draw. All right, so let's see. I'm missing out on some comments here. People were still throwing out some cool ideas as well. Sorry, I missed those. Bat and chess sounds fun. So, yeah, okay, well, let's hold on to that one for next time. And I was right on it. So Iron Cross. Okay, I thought so. Hey, there's Paco. Nice to see you, Paco. Nice lizard. I drew a Dalmatian firefighter yesterday. It was quick and came out nice. Well, that's really cool, Clever. On your Behance page. Well, hey, folks, check that out. All right, so listen, it's time for a little art tip. All right, now, this is one that has to do with drawing any kind of character. If you're drawing a cartoon character or a realistic face or anything you're drawing, and that is the importance of the center line, the vertical center line. And it's to give yourself symmetry and to just give yourself some placement for your features and things like that. And what I mean by this is, so let's say I want to draw some kind of a regular old shape like this, like it could just be a bumpy shape like this. Now, when I look at this bumpy shape, I can imagine a line going through it. And when I do that, then I can imagine other lines traveling around it. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to see something three-dimensional. I'm giving it a direction, I'm giving it an angle, right? We're seeing that this side is closer to us than this side, things like that. These are called cross-contour lines, and they really help you to imagine something having 3 dimensions to it. Even if it's a super simple little 3D, cartoon character though, this is important and matters. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say that I'm just doing this shape for a head, okay, like an oval. And I want to say, okay, well, I want this to be a simple cartoon character, and it's just going to have a couple of little cartoon eyes like this, right? Little nose and a mouth, something like that. Well, how do I want to place those on this? Well, if I do something like this, if I say, okay, I'm going to imagine that this is a sphere of some kind, and I can draw a line wrapping around it from top to bottom, and then another line wrapping around it like that across, right, horizontally. The moment I do that, I can start to imagine, okay, I can put my eyes here on this side of this line, and then I know that this sphere is turning away from me here, right? So I know that that other one is going to be falling off over around this way. And just by knowing that and seeing that, it's easier for me to place my features. So I can say there goes a nose there, and I'm going to put that mouth down there, right? I can always make adjustments to this curve if I want. But now I'm in a position to where, it's easy for me to see this stuff. I can think, okay, there's got to be an ear over here, okay? Now, if I just come over this with darker lines, you'll see how this is helpful. So now I can go 1, 2, there's one eye there, and another one there. See how I'm changing the arc there because it's moving away from me, so it's more narrow. And then here comes that little nose, boop, and that mouth, right? And pop that ear over there. And now all that remains, okay, after I look what happens to that other eyebrow. That other eyebrow disappears off to the side. Now I can add a bit more shape to this if I want. I can pop that cheek out, maybe give a little chin, pop this around like so, right? And then maybe I want to give him a funny swooping up hairstyle like this, and then on around the back. And there, I'm able to draw a character. even if it's just a simple cartoony kind of a character, I'm able to do it in such a way that it has this feeling of the features being placed correctly in a three-dimensional space, if that makes sense. So these nice cross contour lines, these through lines, can help you, even if you're just doing something straight on, looking straight at you. You can place things more accurately because you can see how to be symmetrical with your design, right? And this goes for anything you're drawing, really. I think this is really quite handy. So there's my little art tip for today. Hope you find that useful. And anytime you want me to talk more about something specific, you can always hit me up on Twitter at Kyle T. Webster and say, hey, for the Draw Along show, I'd love if you talked about fill in the blank. And I'd be happy to address it here on the show. I know we have people from all ages watching this. Some of them as young as 5 or 6 years old. Some are adults. So I try and keep these art tips, mixing for different audiences. All right, gang. Listen, it's been wonderful hanging out with you again, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly did. We'll do some more of this again tomorrow, same time. So please come back then and hang out with me then. And I hope you all stay safe and sound. Everybody take care of yourselves and of each other. And remember to be kind. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.